Today on the Daily Review, we discuss Brian De Palma's The Fury from 1978. That's right. I did that backwards. It's March 19th, 2021. Gotta work on this intro so it makes a little more sense. Get the order right. Anyway, let's talk about it today with me, Joe LaRocca. Oh, I got a phone call from Western Union. Hello? Huh? Okay, great. I was just getting a call reminder. Edward redacted something he said. I'm doing The Fury for you, bro. Come back. Okay, sorry. I got a call there just to remind me to get my second shot, which is what I did this morning. My second vaccine shot. And countdown to feeling like crap. So let's get this review out of the way so I can lie down and have fever symptoms for the rest of the day, apparently. I feel fine right now, though, but I did just get it like an hour ago, so clock's ticking. Anyway, this movie starts. I'd never seen it before. Pretty big Brian De Palma fan. You know him from Carrie and Scarface, but this is totally in the Carrie vibe. I mean, it's almost kind of a sister film to Carrie. It opens, the music starts playing, and I go, this could easily be music for Batman. Maybe it's just because I've been thinking about Batman recently, but I was like, this music works like Batman music. And then essentially we have an opening sequence that's very bizarre and very strangely shot, intentionally. But Kirk Douglas and his son, Peter and Robin, Kirk is, I'm doing bad at this. Kirk is Peter and Robin is his son, and they're like hanging out like in Israel, it seems like. I think it's Israel, and they're like, playing on the beach, and they're swimming and all this great stuff, and then militants come out and start shooting the place up, and they're trying to get what's his name? They're trying to get the son, and they attack Kirk Douglas, and essentially the government runs off with his son, and Kirk Douglas, who was like a military guy, is now looking for his son because his son has special gifts, but we don't know what. Then we go to Gillian's character, who's the other major character in the movie, and she's a girl who has psychic powers, and that the government is kind of following her around because she has maybe some sort of telekinetic abilities. And that's when you start realizing, oh, weird, this movie's like a weird X-Files episode, where Kirk Douglas, who's like pretty miscast for this, is like on the search for the girl because he feels that the girl can probably help find his son, who's been taken and is being like used as government doodads, weapons or whatever you want to call it. So there's all that going on, and I won't spoil it because it's all kind of the intrigue of these stories. So kind of the middle part is Charles Durning has a school for he's basically got Xavier Mansion, and he takes in Gillian, and it's pretty interesting. They kind of exploring her abilities and kind of trying to outwit the government. It's kind of like a spy movie and a sci-fi thing, but it is in supernatural too, all mixed in. But it's a bit messy. It's pretty messy. The script isn't great. Some of the performances are amazing. Like John Cassavetes is in it. He's just so slimy and creepy, so perfect in this role. And Charles Durning is really, just traditional and good. Kirk Douglas is a bit off. It's not right. I heard he was cast because Carrie didn't do well in the box office because it didn't have any stars. So they were like, get me Kirk Douglas, the biggest star in the world. And it's just not really the right role for him. He just doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't seem as authentic when it's kind of a silly subject matter that's being treated very seriously. So, there seems to be why I don't think the script is that great is that there seems to be like a lot of coincidences. But I guess in a movie that has like telekinetic thinking and stuff, you can easily probably fill those plot holes by saying like, oh, well, they knew because they were doing it. They were telepathing with one another or something. But that's not really shown. I think if I had seen this movie like in the theater, If I had been, I wasn't really in the mood for this type of movie, but I didn't think it was bad by any means. In fact, there are some amazing, like, twisted scenes where Jillian, like, squeezes the stuffing out of a lady and, like, uh, yeah, it's Guy Woodhouse years later. Who's Guy Woodhouse? I don't remember. It's Guy Woodhouse years later. Oh, remind me who Guy Woodhouse is, Edward. I mean, I'm really glad I watched this. It was a gap in my De Palma movie knowledge, and I think that the effects are amazing. The gore doesn't go so far, like how it goes, like, in my opinion, too far in The Beyond, the Lucio Fulci movie we discussed a few days ago, where it's just like, ugh, just makes you feel nauseous, you know? It's really effective, but ugh. Whereas this, the gore is shocking, but you don't have to, like, close your eyes. It's not that gruesome. Oh, yeah, Guy Woodhouse. Yeah, from Rosemary's Baby. That makes sense. Yeah, you're right. It is just that. He's so, like, slimy. I love him. He's such a great actor. Obviously, amazing filmmaker as well, but man, he's got, like, he always seems authentic, you know? He's really a top notch. Maybe he doesn't get enough criticism. Anyway, overall, I do think it's enjoyable. It is pretty womanizing. Like, all the women are treated, like, in that kind of way where it's like every woman is dressed incredibly scantily clad. Like, nobody has a bra on. Like, women are just trying to impress men, and they go out and they, like, have ice cream cones, and they're like, I like ice cream. So it's a little bit of that bullshit, although our main character is incredibly empowered. So maybe he was making some sort of comment. I don't know. Yeah, menacing. That's the word. I think that might be John Cassavetes' middle name. Even his films are menacing. Even when he's not in them, they, like, are in your face. The, like, editing and the camera work is like confronting you. It's great. So yeah, I mean, I think that without spoiling it, the last scene in this movie is so creepy and so good that it almost makes up for any of the problems I had with the pacing and some of the script earlier in the movie. It's a movie that's like an hour and 50 some odd minutes, and it probably should be like an hour and 35 minutes. I think that there's a little bit too much stuff in there, but I don't know. I'd have to watch it again. It's definitely worth a second viewing, but that's what Cassavetes said. He goes, tears are just what we need right now. That's the scariest thing ever. If you're in a room after, like, a tragedy and you're just crying, and a creepy G-man comes in and goes, oh, tears. Tears are what we need right now. You'd go, and then her eyes go blue. And I guess I'm going to give a little spoiler here. There is the best full-body explosion in film history. It's fucking genius. Watch this. Just watch this movie. I've changed my opinion. Watch this movie for the last 5 minutes. Fucking Cassavetes detonates like a bomb, and then it cuts. It's like, oh my god, it's like hard cut to credits. It's like one of the coolest last moments of a movie that I've ever seen. I know I totally just spoiled it, and I didn't know it was coming either, so maybe I did just totally ruin it. But also, come on, it's 1978, guys, get on top of it. But watch it. It'll still be effective. Trust me. You will be amazed. Yeah, and that Ed brings up a good point, is that it's, I looked up after this. I go, is there another telekinetic Brian De Palma movie? Because it seems like it would make a trilogy, but I guess not. Maybe, I wonder if he considers, what was the movie he did right after this? No, I guess that's not really psychedelic or whatever, or like telekinetic or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, it's certainly a good movie. It's a little bit some like they, you know, there's a feeling like they were trying to push some mainstream ideas a little bit harder than they needed to. There's this really cool shot where Douglas drives his VW Bug up onto the roof of this parking lot in the city, and the camera, like, does its 70 zoom. There's tons of 70 zoom, like, will pull way out and shows it on the top of there, and then it just cuts to inside the van, and they're like, and where he's sleeping with his, like, lady, and it's like, wow, that's kind of cool. It's like urban camping, which I know is a thing, but it's like, you can be right in the middle of the city, right in the middle of everything, and then have this own little space. I kind of like that. Oh yeah, Dressed to Kill. So then he gets into like sexy Hitchcock movies for a while, like Dressed to Kill, and Well, wait, when is Sisters? Sisters is kind of in the same vein. I mean, yeah, I would put Sisters, The Fury, and Carrie are all kind of a thing, right? They're all like women, crazy, murderous women movies. I guess Dressed to Kill has that too, and Body Double. They all kind of mesh together at some point. I'm not the biggest De Palma fan. I know he's basically the like if Hitchcock were a Pokemon, then like he's the next evolution of Hitchcock. He's like Hitchcockosaur or whatever. Like he is the like if you open the floodgates of decency, then you get on the career of Hitchcock. Then you get De Palma, you know, and he's so immensely important for the whole film school generation. He was a huge mentor for Scorsese, and all those people wanted to emulate his movies. So, super important. Carrie Snodgrass, yeah, she's in this. She's great. Oh yeah, she's in a bunch of his movies, isn't he? So is the lead girl. She's in Carrie as well, and I forget her name. I think it's Amy something. All right, I'm gonna do a little bit of music, but yeah, Ed, thank you for recommending this movie. I did enjoy it. I'm glad I saw it. Here's a little drawing I did. Whoops. There's my Fury. Those are my scary eyes bleeding at you. Also, something I want to show on camera. My mom made a full Irish dinner that I'm having the leftovers of. And if you don't know Irish food, you're going to go, that looks gross. But if you do know Irish food, that shit's amazing. Amy Irving, that's it. And that is potatoes, cabbage, carrots, and slowly cooked corned beef with some horseradish mustard. It's important. If you're, just give a shout out to my mom. It's fucking delicious. I know it looks like some sort of like what a crazy like in a movie where they were trying to make an immigrant look poor. That's what it would be. But let me tell you, it's great. It's beautiful, that food. So I'm gonna eat that, then have a really high temperature and pass out or whatever's supposed to happen. Let's see what happens here with the anytime, Ed. You got good recommendations, man. And it was funny because McCavity also was like, I was just thinking about that movie. So it was a double hit. And I know, hey, for people out there who have recommended movies that I haven't gotten to yet, there is a list, don't worry. But it's gotta I gotta be able to find it really easily, and I gotta be in the mood for it. And it just all has to line up. But then especially if I get a second person from the community being like, oh yeah, that movie's great, that really pushes it over. So team up, guys. Find a partner and go get two people to tell me to watch, whatever, then, Anyway, just to respond to some comments here. Yes, I do think Mission Impossible is probably the last great Brian De Palma movie. I also truly love that movie. I think the action in that is so good and so exciting. And that's a movie I saw when I was real young in the theater, and it really had a huge effect on me. That the editing on the break-in sequence where he's suspended from the thing, that, and then the train sequence in the helicopter, red light, green light, boom. Oh yeah, Andrew Stevens is on Cameo. Oh, so I found out a thing about Cameo. I'm not supposed to share that stuff on any social media. I'm not supposed to, and I could get in trouble even for having edited smoke graphics on top of Benson there. So I don't know if they've suspended my account. I didn't get a letter, but one that I had sent out got canceled for George Wallace. You know him, not the segregationalist senator, the black comedian George Wallace, who came up with, I don't know, Jerry and everything. So I asked him to do one, and I never heard back. And then I went, oh gee, I wonder if it's because I'm asking for promotional materials. And then Greg Proops got back to me and said, oh, I'm sorry. I hope you understand that this is what you're asking for is basically an ad, and we're not allowed to do that. And I was like, and he's like, I hope you understand. He wasn't being a jerk. And I was like, oh shit. So maybe they've told people to not make them for me. So I might be done with Cameo, which is good, which is fine. They took my $70 and they can leave or whatever. But yes, I won't be playing those promos again. But What can you do? If George Wallace does send me one, I'll play it once. Because we all love George Wallace. Come on, and it's not gonna hurt him. Oh, check this out. This is baller. That is my vaccination record card, baby. You like that? Pretty nice. Pretty nice. Okay, I forget what I was doing, but let's try something here. Oh, come on, work. There we go. Yeah, I just want Fred Stoller to be like a part of my show. Wouldn't that be fun if I could just get him on like once a month and have him be like, ah. Mothman it is, baby. Let's do it. Whoa, overmodulation there. Yeah, dude, you did great last time. We'll just have to find you were lit a bit bright. We'll find a better place for you to sit down. Other than that, it was perfect. So yeah, we'll do Mothman Prophecies, a movie I've never seen before, and that our horror aficionado, what's his name there? Pat Tully liked it, so watch that movie during the day. Dude, I can handle it. I'm going to watch it at 2 a.m, baby. I don't mean to be I'm not calling you baby. I just mean it generally, like cat, that kind of thing. All right, I'll check that out. And we're doing Hoosiers. Me and F Zaps, good old Kev. We're going to do Hoosiers because March Madness is starting up. And I also love Hoosiers. Okay, so soon enough, guys. Talk to you soon. If you have some time, watch the crazy, weird, not very good Justice League movie. It's crazy. It's like an acid trip. Okay, I've gone on too long. Also, check out The Fury. It's really cool. I actually enjoyed it. It's got some messy stuff in it, but for the effects alone, it's worth the price of admission. All right.